who knows, you may find a diamond in the rough, right? See, and that right there, like, we got a doubter.
It's not just a doubter.
I love the fact that you give somebody an opportunity. It's just an opportunity, and let them do what they can with it. But the opportunities, that's all I'm with.
We are not going to see a flag football player.
That's you.
Go get an NFL
Who thought we were going to see flag football as an Olympic sport?
It's so different than tackle football.
Sure.
Right now. Those flag guys, you talk about the NBA players, those flag guys don't want the smoke coming across the middle. I promise you that.
What's happening, RBA fan? Welcome back to another episode of Think RBA podcast, where real ballers adjust. I'm your host, Hak. With me, my brother, Ken.
What's going on?
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on all this content. Sir,
wait, I know you want to get started.
Okay.
Before we get started, though, for this week, I think we need to address the elephant in the room. Or maybe we should say the lobster in the room.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I had a situation today.
I didn't want to say anything.
I had a situation today, and my face is a little red,
Little plum.
little painful right now. So it's just a byproduct of what you always tell me. I'm gonna share with our listeners of thank goodness that your kids like indoor sports. So you go into these nice, beautiful air-conditioned buildings.
Yes.
And your kids play basketball or do gymnastics.
Yes.
And it's wonderful for you, right? I applaud that for you. I'm so happy.
I bet you are.
For you.
I bet you are. Because mine like football and softball and
swim. So
swimming is indoor. Ish? No, I mean some.
This one was not.
Okay.
This one is outdoor at the community pool. Got it. And before anybody sits there and is like, "Oh, you put some sunscreen on your pale skin," like I got it. Okay, I got it.
SPF,
I understand.
SPF.
Look, I know what SPF levels that the skin needs.
Got it.
However, okay, I did not think it was gonna be sunny and hot. Like, I got up this morning at 7:00 to take my daughter to swim team trials. Right, they do their time trials, right? Because the summer season's about to start. So it was cloudy, overcast. It started raining. Thankfully, she got through her freestyle time trial. And shortly after that, lightning was spotted. Everybody had to go sit in the car for 30 minutes. We had to leave early anyway because she had a softball game. So I left thinking like, oh, it's an overcast kind of rainy day. Softball didn't get rained out because we were playing in a turf field. Beautiful turf field, by the way.
Okay.
A turf baseball field, by the way,
That's
bro.
nice. I know.
Ooh.
I know.
So we get rained out when it's a regular grass field, but turf field, we're good. So as long as it's not lightning, whatever, we're fine. So I am going to the softball game thinking that that's the kind of day that I'm gonna have. We get there and I open my little foldable chair and I sit my little happy ass down. I'm in an air fryer. I am in an air fryer, and there's no shade. The only shade is in the dugout, and we can't sit in the dugout with 9 and 10, 8-year-old little girls while they are playing softball.
You're not playing, so yeah.
So yeah, and so I have glasses on, so you can kind of see the little raccoon eyes. I tried to take them off at one point, but even now when you take them off, it was just like so bright. So there were a few sparse moments where we had a low cloud coverage. That was nice. It was beautiful for the few seconds that I did, but the rest of the other 90 to 120 minutes while we sat out there, after the first 3 innings is coach pitch, and then for the 4th, 5th, and 6th, if they get to a 6th, the girls pitch, which are usually a lot of balls at this age, right? So they get 4 pitches before the coach comes, and then you get back to what you were doing before. Okay. So like after the 3rd inning, it slows down like to a turtle pace. So I was just baking.
Oh man,
baking in the sun.
That's rough.
It was rough. So few lessons learned. Number 1, check the weather. Right.
It's been haphazard lately.
But lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
2, buy the foldable chair with the roof. First time I saw it, I was like, that's a little extra. Now
it's a requirement.
Yes. Now it's a requirement. Number 3.
It's not optional.
Number 3, sunscreen in the car always. Always.
Okay.
4, I saw the umpire, the guy who was one of our coaches. The umpire, he had one of those neck fans.
Okay.
They're like, you put around your neck and it just like cools you. Apparently they're like $20.
Okay.
So that's requirement
smart.
number 4.
I like that.
Yeah, I might even use that for football coaching season.
Well, number 5, or you can get one of those sombrero type hats or the fishing hats. And that gives you a
ridiculous.
Nice. Hey, it's not about.
I mean, I look ridiculous now. I look ridiculous now.
Ain't nobody out there checking what you look like, bro. Nobody care. Or you know what you can do? I see a lot of ladies do this. They get an umbrella.
Yeah,
old school umbrella.
There were a lot of umbrellas too, but I didn't have that.
I'm just saying.
I need an umbrella for. I don't even use an umbrella for what the normal purpose of an umbrella is.
I thought it was a jacket.
I just have hoodies. I wear hoodies if it's raining. Like,
okay.
But I didn't think it was gonna rain. I just thought it was gonna be overcast.
Well,
right
there you go.
Who knew that it was gonna end up being like 90 degrees?
Well, you'll be the lobster for today, the red lobster.
I will be the red lobster today. So I just wanted to
thank God for indoor sports, climate controlled.
It's gonna be the rest of my life now.
Yeah, I thank God my kids all want to do that.
Yeah, no, for sure. So anyway, wanted to address why I look ridiculous, but at least my red face keeps with the Think RBA.
You know what?
Color scheme.
You know what I'm gonna say?
I live and breathe the RBA
my
brand.
guy's RBA. That's
right.
Real ballers adjust.
That's
Let's go.
And I'm still here recorded because I could have easily been
That's
like,
true.
bro,
That's
look,
true, bro.
Look,
that's right.
Look, we got to cancel this shit because I'm not
finna go on, ready.
I am not finna go on camera.
I mean, we could always do makeup.
No. Who?
I'm just saying,
the CEO upstairs?
I'm just saying.
Nah.
All right, well, sir, with all that, what's the rundown for this week? I'm sure a lot has happened.
No, a lot has happened. A lot of stuff that I'm interested to see what your reactions and my reactions are.
Okay.
Definitely got to start with the NBA. We're going to talk about Tyrese Haliburton.
Okay.
Game 1 against OKC.
Yes, sir.
My goodness gracious.
Sir.
Sure, we all have a lot of opinions on that. We got to talk about the New York Knicks firing coach Tom Thibodeau. What? Woo! I know we got some strong opinions on that because
you were hot.
We were in the group chat.
You were
hot. So yeah, we were in there.
You were like the color of your skin right now.
Right. Of course, we're gonna talk a little one-on-one basketball.
Okay.
Michael Beasley versus Lance Stephenson and Stephenson. Stephenson. Jeez, Stephenson. And some ideas on what the future of that could hold.
All right, bet.
I want to switch over to the NFL then at that point.
Sure.
But I want to talk a little bit because it's kind of relevant to the one-on-one in the future.
Okay.
Flag football in the Olympics.
Yes, sir.
And so I have some questions about the Team USA flag players versus the NFL players.
Okay.
Right? I want to debate that a little bit.
Let's do it.
One that I want to keep hidden, but now we're also going to talk about.
Sure.
I just want to.
You surprise me.
Sometimes I need to surprise you.
I love it.
Sometimes I need to surprise
I'm down
you.
for it. RBA.
And then, of course, the biggest news in the football world: Aaron Rodgers signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right.
So got a lot to cover. So let's jump straight into the
Where
NBA.
do you want to go?
Oh, go
NBA?
Straight to NBA. But before we talk about it, right? Because by now we've all watched. We've all seen it, right? OKC versus Pacers, game 1.
Yeah.
OKC led for the entire game. The Pacers led for 0.3 seconds and got the win. Legitimately.
Right.
What I want to know from you is go into the comments. Tell us, what was your reaction when Tyrese Haliburton hit that game winner, right? Drop us a comment and let us know. And I'm going to pose the same question to you, good sir.
Yes.
First of all, I'm going to tell you what my reaction was, but what was your reaction?
When I saw that happen?
Yeah.
My reaction was another one.
You hit the DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled, another one. Another one. That's it, bro. Like, it's just another one. At this point, it's almost like we're expecting it. We're waiting for it. And I love it. I love how he has, he's embraced it. He's been it. But we're getting to see it now, right? In this playoff run, especially. The dude's clutch. He's RBA. He's RBA as RBA comes. Real ballers adjust. Bro, he adjusted for that 0.3 seconds that they led. I mean, that was the most important point of the game. The most important part of the game. Yes, the team, they had to make a comeback and whatnot, but like, one thing I love about them is that no matter how much of a deficit there is, they don't stop playing their brand of basketball, right? They stay with the program. They don't deviate from it. They'll make adjustments here and there, sure, right? But this is how we play basketball, and this has been working. It worked, right? Series after series. So why are we gonna step away from it? We're gonna tweak it. We got a different competitor in front of us, but we're gonna stick to what's true to us, what suits us. And man, at this point, it's like another one, right? That's all I'm saying. That's all. How many more another ones are we gonna see? Is the question at this point? And then on the flip side, should we go flip side or I mean hold off right now?
So let me tell you my reaction.
Okay.
First of all, funny story. It was kids are off school. We get out early. Yeah, we're lucky. So I told D, I was like, yeah, you can stay up watch. Finally, you can stay up and watch the damn game. Right? Neither one of us made it. Because like OKC had the lead and then
made the end of the game.
Yeah, we didn't make it. And so the next morning, what do? I open X and I see another one. Right? Like,
yeah.
And see that it happened again. Tyrese Haliburton. I hope y'all are listening. Tyrese Haliburton is the most clutch player in the NBA currently.
I mean,
the most clutch player in the NBA.
Did they give the award to the wrong guy?
They did. I mean, clearly, because he sent him home.
Another one.
I mean, the most clutch player in the league, hands down. And I'm with you. Like, so what I love is that they, for some reason, it's like when they face adversity and get down in these games, it's like they figure out a way to claw back in.
Yeah, they don't panic.
They don't panic. They don't, like, have they been blown out? I mean, perhaps they had a game somewhat in this playoff run that they got blown out, but it's not memorable, right? Because of how much winning they've done.
Right. They were on pace of getting blown out, but made a comeback.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's so, certainly that's not the style of ball that you want to play.
Sure.
You don't want to be, you know, that team is always playing behind and, you know, catches up in the last minute with the game-winning shot, because at some point conventional wisdom says
law averages,
your luck is gonna run out.
Yes.
Right. Yes. However, this kid is built different. He built different. So I don't know. I'm like, I think we've watched like the birth of the next big superstar.
Oh, wow.
In the NBA. I think we have.
Okay.
I mean, and certainly if he caps this off with a title.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I would agree. He is in the running of that, you know, like the Ant Edwards, right? Those big SGA.
He's past him.
You think so?
Bro.
Just with one run? I mean,
bro, it's not just one run. This man has hit game-winning shots.
I mean, yes.
But not even just hitting game-winning shots. He's bringing his team back. He's had triple-doubles. He is the guy on the squad. And he's the point guard. So which means he's the one controlling the offense. Everything's running through him. Right?
Can you remind me who won the conference, Eastern Conference?
That was bullshit.
MVP?
That was bullshit.
Oh, I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't care who they gave the trophy to.
Okay.
Look, he should have won that trophy based off of game one.
That was a good moment though when they announced that and he stepped forward.
Yeah,
like, oh.
No, he did, because he should have damn got it.
You know what was crazy about that?
The fuck we talking about? Like, I'm sorry. Look, no, I'm sorry, but Pascal Siakam is a great player. Don't get it twisted. He's a champion. He's a great player. He's the number 2 guy. He is not the number 1 guy.
I agree. I'm with you.
He got robbed. So I'm actually disappointed in you trying to use this little trophy and
no. I'm just asking you
in a popular
because you're
vote.
making a statement that's like, let's slow down a little bit, right? Or is this recency bias? Like,
it's not recency bias.
Like let's watch a little more. Let's see what happens.
No,
we're not making like claims already.
I am making the claim. I'm making the claim right here and now.
We already know how Atlanta Hawks players makes claims. Hawks fans make claims, and then they have to eat their own words. Like, just chill out.
But
bro.
this isn't about the Hawks.
Let's just slow down for a second and watch this and see what happens.
I have been watching it.
We're 1 game in.
We're just 1 game in. It's not 1 game in. He has done it in every single fucking series, bro.
Sure.
He's done it in every series.
I agree. All right. I mean,
I don't even like the guy. Like, I'm sitting here arguing about it, and I don't even like him.
That's the funny part.
That's the funny part of the whole thing. But like, I can't deny what I'm watching. I cannot deny what I'm watching.
No, for sure. I think he's an incredible. I'm actually more impressed because listen. I'm gonna be honest, right? I didn't watch a whole lot of Pacers games.
Who did? Except for Pat McAfee.
So with that being said, I finally got to see this kid, right? Like the way he plays. And I am truly impressed. At the most I'm impressed with his IQ.
Yeah.
His IQ is off the charts. Super intelligent the way he plays the game. Like that's what I'm most impressed about. Like not even the shot making, it's the IQ, the way he plays, the way he makes reads, the right decision making and all that. Like it's beautiful to watch. Film study worthy.
It really feels to me like we are in this changing of the guard era.
Yeah.
In the NBA. But to know that we can have the next decade with the Tyrese Haliburtons and the
SGAs
and the Ant Edwards and the Lucas and
Wait, are you okay? Oh, that's something that burn definitely got you. We just gave Luka a compliment. Wow.
Look, man.
Wow.
Look, man. I'm just saying, like,
okay.
It's yes, it's we're witnessing this transition, but we've needed that somebody to step up and seize the moment.
Take it, correct.
Right?
Correct.
And we thought it was gonna be Ant.
We did. We
and
honestly did.
He has some good moments, but it's not even just the game winner in every series. It's just about the fact that like he is the team. Mm-hmm. He is the Pacers, right?
Agreed.
He's the leader. He's the best player. He's hit the game winners.
Absolutely.
Every single series.
Absolutely.
Wiping out good teams along the way.
Yep.
Right? A superstar has been born.
And a superstar that's talking his shit.
A superstar.
He said.
Right.
He's talking his shit. So
dude, if he think about it. If he brings a chip to the Pacers, bro, like
he's gotta be the greatest Pacer ever.
Oh,
he might be the greatest Pacer ever.
Wow.
Who brought a chip to the Pacers?
So you go put
who? Reggie Miller came close.
Sound like an owl. Who? No, you right. I mean,
tell me.
So you go put him in the top 75?
No, absolutely not. Because I'm sorry, like,
yeah,
and we're gonna go back to Pop.
No.
Yeah, so you already know.
But like in all seriousness, like that's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge. That's what I'm saying. Like
massive.
I feel that way now, but for sure,
he's made you a believer.
It will be solidified if they win the chip.
For sure.
Because there's like he's gonna be in that LeBron KD tier. He has to be.
Slow down, bro.
No, he has to be.
Slow down there.
Has to be.
Calm down. One versus many. Let's just slow down.
No, I'm talking about just like in terms of where you evaluate him within the league. Like he's gonna be. He could be a top 7 guy.
I'll put him in the.
I put him in top 7.
I'll put him in the Tatum tier right now. Not in the LeBron KD tier. Let's slow down there. All right, that's what I put him for. If he wins one, yeah, for sure, right? Tatum, him. That's where I put him. I'm not gonna put him above that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. Well, I guess my point is that he's in. It doesn't matter about rings. Take the rings out of it. I'm just talking about superstardom.
Sure.
He's in that realm now.
Sure, yeah.
He is in that realm now.
He's the franchise player of his squad, and he's definitely in the top tier of it.
But there are some
he's
times
in the Tatum tier.
But there are some times where you're the franchise player of a franchise guy for your team, but you're not in that realm, right?
True.
Like the Pelicans, Zion or Brandon Ingram, like they might whoever the franchise player, right?
Unfortunately, like Dame.
Right. You're the franchise. Dame was a superstar. I mean, he was a superstar though. You know, like
you didn't put him in that tier, though.
Right? So you can be the guy, but still not be in the upper echelon of the NBA.
For sure,
he has solidified his place in the upper echelon.
Yeah, I would say he was knocking on the door, but now he's stepped in.
Yeah,
right. Now he's got to go a little more. Just now get a seat at that table. We still got a ways to go.
Yep. So again, Tyrese Haliburton, the most clutch player in the NBA
right now.
Top 7 player in the NBA right now.
I didn't say that part.
And might be the number 1 RBA player in the NBA currently.
Right, of active players playing right now.
All right, moving on. Speaking of RBA, let's go on the flip side to non-RBA and talk about the New York Knicks. Because the New York Knicks just pulled the ultimate.
We're not going to talk about OKC?
Why?
We had all this huge talk about...
What to talk about what?
Wow, okay.
I mean, they just got to get their shit together for game 2.
Okay.
They're nothing to talk about until you go so they're going to face their RBA crossroads, right? They got to go back and regroup and you got to come out game 2. You either going to RBA and step up and, okay, we thought we had it. We got smacked in the mouth at the end, right? We gave up the lead when we shouldn't. Chet didn't play well. Jalen Williams didn't play well. Shea did, right? But like the guys he needs around him, they didn't play as well, right? But they thought they were cruising. Now you've been put on notice.
Okay.
So you're either gonna go get your shit together and come back in game 2 or not. But if they go to game 2 the same way the Knicks did, right? Because the Knicks came out again, same thing happened. Game 1, Tyrese, some fucking ridiculous shot. Game 2, Pacers win, take the series, done. So they're gonna either RBA this shit or not. But until then, what is there to talk about?
Wow.
I'm just saying.
The disrespect is real.
I'm just saying.
Wow. My God, disrespect. My apologies.
I'm not being disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. If anything, that should be inspirational for them. Right?
You're not.
Because it's not wrong. Am I wrong? Tell me how I'm wrong.
So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying the disrespect is
How's it disrespectful?
I mean, wow. No, you basically called them the Knicks of the West.
I did not.
Bro, come on.
No, when I said that about the Knicks doing Knicks things, I was talking about the Knicks. I wasn't talking about them. No, they're better than the Knicks.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like,
they got to get their shit together.
Like,
I got you.
There's nothing to dissect about that, right?
Okay. I'm not.
Y'all just got to step it up in game 2.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
But I do want to say that on a lighter note, that these finals are sponsored by Paul George.
Yes. Right. That's right. That's right. Oh my God. Yeah. We were talking about that. Like, both of these teams built on the back of trading Paul George, right?
Yes.
You know, the Pacers took a little bit more time, right? But you know, OKC that started that trend too of all of them picks.
Correct. The pick hoarding,
and that's how you get Miles Bridges for 5 first-round picks or something crazy. Like that all started with that.
Yes, sir.
And Sam Presti, the
mad genius.
Well, he was doing things for OKC that, again, the Knicks can't even do for themselves. So back to the Knicks doing the most Knicks. My guy
didn't need any shade. He already throwing Knicks shade out there.
I mean, but I wouldn't have to. If they didn't just do Nick things, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a valid point.
I could not believe I was so busy that day at work that I didn't even look at my phone all day. I had people texting me. I was like, I don't got time for this. I'm so busy. And I go home and I finally sit down in my chair to rest. And I open my good old Twitter app. And the first thing that pops up is the Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau. Bro, the first coach in 25 years.
Quarter century.
To get you to the NBA Finals. He's made the playoffs like what, 4 of the 5 years he's been there, or four of the last 5 years, or something like that, right? Like, but they've been consistently
getting better,
consistently in the
running, a contender.
Make it to the finals, conference finals, and you reward him with his pink slip.
And not so a quick step back on that. The way they made it to the conference final, they beat the champs.
Well, with the Tatum injury though, there's some asterisks.
Okay, well then, I mean, Ant beats the Warriors without Steph.
Well, that's why I don't give them credit for beating Steph.
I mean, I'm just saying, but at the same time, they still have to go through them, right? The Celtics they're still solid. You can't tell me they're not a solid team even without Tatum.
Yeah, but
they're a very good team. The 6 man, all that, like they're stacked, they're loaded. But I do give them the respect for beating the champs. But wow, that news, I wasn't as busy, and I saw it pop up, and I said, might be an error. I know I saw the ESPN app.
Right. You had to check to see if it was the actual ESPN and not EPSN or something.
It wasn't Epson.
Yeah, some fake account, right?
And I refreshed. Oh wow. And then I said, well, it's the Knicks, and I shut the app.
It did. So it didn't surprise you?
No, it's the Knicks. Nothing surprises me about the Knicks, bro. Why does that surprise you?
Yes, but I don't know. Like it just shocked me that day because I was like, finally, it seems like the Knicks got their shit together,
bro. So you're not thinking about this the right way. Let me help you with this, right? So if you think about New York and New York teams, right? We take good situations
and fuck them up,
and we give them to other folks, right? We make things better for others. We build, and then we say, here you go, right? Such as Saquon. So Tom Thibodeau, you helped us, you got us all this, well, we're just going to say thank you and let you go. I don't know who's going to come in, but my whole thing was like, what was New York like that night or that day?
Yeah.
When that situation, when that was announced. New York fans are crazy, bro.
I mean, all I know is I had to jump into the group chat with our boy Jay, who's Jay from BK, the Knicks fan.
You were hot.
But he was just like, yeah, that's the Knicks. And I'm like, why am I the only one that's hot over this? Like, I'm like, because it just makes such little sense. Like, you haven't been to the conference finals in 25 years, and you finally get somebody competent enough to not only get you there, but developed the team to get you there. And you lost in 6. You didn't get swept. Yeah, game 1 was a bad look, but you still went 6. Like, why not prepare to go to the next level? Now, to be fair, since my reaction, my visceral reaction to this, I almost jumped on, like, picked up my phone and started recording that day, because I was like, what the is happening? Like,
as a non-Knicks fan.
It's just wrong. I'm sorry, it's wrong. But there have since been some leaks of rumors and things that have come out, talking about, there's friction with him and Cat, that this is the second time Cat has gotten fired. There's apparently supposed Cat. Karl Anthony Towns
got fired.
Remember Tibbs used to coach him in Minnesota.
Yeah.
He said this is the second time he's gotten Tibbs fired.
Oh, Cat's gotten Tibbs
fired.
Yeah.
Supposedly there's some issues with, behind the scenes with players and Cat about his just like overall like aggressiveness and other things. Anyway, then there's also supposedly issues with Jalen Brunson's dad and that whole dynamic. So needless to say, maybe things were not working behind the scenes, and there's a lot of that's not available, to us as the casual fans. So perhaps this is actually the best decision for the franchise, but a lot of it really does depend on who comes in next and how they move forward, because this has the potential to be one of, and there's been so many, but one of, if not the biggest blunder in Knicks history. I mean, it does.
So I'll say this, bro. Now, had the Knicks moved forward, all this that we're speaking about all these so-called issues, turmoil and conflicts and friction would not really be an issue anymore, right? Because what they say, winning solves all problems.
Oh yeah, it does.
Supposedly, right? So this wouldn't be a thing had you won.
That's true.
So this is why it's a thing now, because now we want reasons to point at and look at to break you apart, to figure out what that flaw was. And Knicks being the biggest market.
But hold on. We weren't doing that. They did that themselves because it caught everybody off guard.
So what I'll say is this, though. Every organization.
You mean internally they were?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When you said we, I was thinking like
not
the
we.
media and fans. Okay, gotcha.
Right? Every organization has issues, but you just don't learn the details of them until something goes wrong. And this is just one of those situations.
But still, that's just crazy.
But the move was like, wow.
That was a bombshell.
There was a bombshell. No, I agree. I'm with you. 100%.
All right. So moving on.
So RIP Knicks, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, who knows, right? It depends who they get. See. Right? To be determined. Moving on. This one's a little fun, right? We're talking about one-on-one basketball. Because we just saw Mike Beasley go against Lance Stephenson for it was like $100K, but then with everything, like had the chance to make $500,000 for a 30-minute
game.
One-on-one.
That's a good payday.
So let's just talk about them first, and then I got another question for you related. So first of all, just want to get your overall reaction to the concept, the matchup, and did you think going into this that Beasley would mop the floor with Stephenson?
Oh, hands down.
Oh yeah,
easy.
Yeah,
less light.
People forget about Michael Beasley. He from the area.
Yeah, he from here.
From the DMV.
Yeah, and we forget that there was a time in history when him and KD grew up together, right? They used to hoop together, same AAU team, all that. There was a time in history when KD would say, he said it, and I believe he said it, like it's documented, that Bees was a better player than him. Oh yeah. There was a time.
He was a monster.
Beasley was a local, probably one of the best players to come out of this area, right? So yeah, as a talent, I'm sorry, like show me someone one-on-one, my money's on him, especially against Lance Stephenson. I'm sorry, like that's light. It's light. For me,
He
it's light.
said it's light.
For me, it's light.
It's not light.
It's light. It's light.
Light work?
It's light.
I want to see you go against Stevenson.
I'm light for him. I'm very light for him.
You're
actually.
very light.
I'm featherweight.
Yeah. No, I expected it was what I didn't expect was for the lead up to be so intense. Like, and I don't know all the details and what other things, subcontext might be there behind it, but man, like Beasley was dialed in, like in the whole pregame. I mean, he was always. Yeah, but so
Beasley's always at 10.
Yeah,
or 15 out of 10.
He was not at 10. He was at 10,000. Maybe, but he was not at 10.
That's normal though.
But no, I was like,
who'd you think?
Oh no, dude, Beasley was the truth. He
Correct.
was. I mean, he is.
He is the truth,
right? Like he is for sure. I mean, just to see him go in and do that. I mean, yeah. But what I love is number one, you've got these guys who are not in the NBA anymore, or somebody like Beasley, right? Who quote unquote didn't live up to his potential, right? It's easy for fans to see those players or whatever and like, oh yeah, they weren't that good.
Like he's washed.
Right. He's washed. Yeah. So you get to see him now. He's older, but like he would mop the floor with. Oh yeah. I mean, he probably mopped the floor with some NBA bench.
Absolutely.
Like, he probably mopped the floor with half of the NBA.
I wouldn't even doubt it.
I would say.
Wouldn't even doubt it.
I mean, just
he's
ridiculous.
Nice. I mean, he's
nice.
He's probably one of the most underrated players in my opinion.
Yeah, I just for whatever reason it hasn't worked out. But so I like the fact that like they get that platform to make some bread. Yes. Like,
well, I mean, he was on the big three, right? I like that whole platform too.
But still, like this. So that's it leads me into the next thing, right? The concept of one-on-one. Like this is a two-part question. One, that concept in and of itself, like, do you think people would want to watch just one-on-one matchups like that? And then two, could that potentially replace the All-Star game?
Okay.
And have components of it, right? Like, to me, I would love to see certain matchups. Like, we could let the fans vote on it, right? What matchups do you want to see, right? And then, of course, within reason, because you're the same players are going to be in multiple matchups. But like, figure out a way to organize it all to get some really, really good matchups in one-on-one. Oh, give me that all day. Give me that all day. I want to see them. I want to see them go at it.
All day?
All day.
So what do you want?
I want Tyrese Haliburton versus Shea all day, one-on-one.
So what do you want to replace that with?
The game.
The actual All-Star game itself.
Yes, sir.
You want to replace it with a one-on-one. So an hour and a half of one-on-one, some sort of tournament type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Why not?
Do you think that there will be enough interest from the players to put themselves
That's my question to
like
you.
that?
It's just interest in the whole one-on-one concept of like, as a viewer, would you sit down to watch a really good one-on-one matchup?
So that's question one, right? So for question one, I'll say yes if the star power is there. Then they're interested, right? Like you're not gonna get the numbers for just some random blah blah whatever, right? You're gonna need star power to really generate and boost that concept. Yes, we all want to see one-on-ones for sure. But to really boost the industry, right, the way they're trying to really get that driving force behind it, you need star power. Like this Mike Beasley thing was awesome. He's probably one of the best players to get because he's always, as you said, dialed up to 1,000. So for a guy that's gonna go out there and just do it, that's clicking. That's I want to go see that.
So let me ask you, would you want to tune in to see Michael Beasley versus Derrick Rose?
Absolutely. 100%. For sure, right? The star power is there, right? The star power is there. And you want to go see, that's what the whole Big 3 was predicated on. You want to see your favorite hoopers still hoop.
Yeah.
That's all Big 3 is, right? But then they still have that competitive drive to them and you get to see them get it out. And again, it's also cathartic to the players themselves because they still get to hoop and display their skills to the world. So it's a beautiful, I love it, right? I'm all for it. But for the All-Star game, that's where we're getting into a situation or scenario where, so regular one-on-one, the way they did, right? In front of the casual, how many people were probably there? Like maybe 100-ish so, right? Multi-cameras, a lot of the viewership is online. So you're playing in this small, not a stadium, right? It's a different environment, different setup. Versus you take that now and you put it in an all-star like setup and you go that way. What I feel like a lot of players are not about that smoke. A lot of NBA players don't want that. They don't want to put themselves in that situation because not a lot of them are one-on-one type players. There's very few of them, like true ones, right? You're not going to find LeBron in there. Not happening. You will find KD in there, right? So there's certain players who will be there, some who won't be there. And that's the part is the interest generated, like the dunk contest, right? Sometimes you hear all these names, you're like, who's this guy? Never heard of him. Is the interest there? And I don't think a lot of players are about that. They don't, because here's the thing about one-on-one. One-on-one is the quickest and fastest way to get exposed, offensively and defensively. It's just you. No one to pass to, no screens, it's you. All eyes are on you. So every single mistake or correct move is going to be super detailed and analyzed. You really want that smoke? You really want to put yourself out there? Like if you lose, guess what happens? Your stock tanks. So you really want to put yourself out there? I don't think a lot of them do. There's very few of them who are about that, like Kyrie Irving, right? SGA. Those are the kind of guys who are ready for that smoke. I don't think the Tyrese Haliburtons are ready for that kind of smoke. They don't have that skills. They don't have that deep bag yet. Stop. Don't even look at me like that. SGA is a guy who has a deep, deep bag. Tyrese Haliburton does not have a deep, deep bag. You cannot tell me at this stage in his career, he has a deep bag. Go watch his highlights. Doesn't even compare to what SGA's highlights look like.
I'm not comparing him, but he could play one-on-one.
No, absolutely not.
He would not. He would duck that smoke.
He won't duck it, but he'll get smoked.
No, he won't.
He will get smoked depending on who he plays.
And this is exactly why they need to do it.
This is why he won't do it.
He will.
Absolutely,
they will if they
will not do it.
They will if
because,
that's what
because if he finds out he's going up against SG or Kyrie, my knee's hurting, I can't play. You're gonna hear something. There's very few players who are about that, like your Gills, right? Those are the kind of guys, the guys who have skills, the deep, deep skill sets.
I hear you.
He ain't there yet. He may get there. He ain't there yet.
Okay, well, let's get off of Tyrese Haliburton. But like,
it's anybody.
I hear you.
KD will do it.
However, right? Like, if there's enough incentive, it can still happen. So
what's the incentive at this point?
We're not. I mean, we could.
It can't be money. Y'all making money.
We could spend another 30 minutes diving into all this. All I'm saying is, look, you got all the all-stars, right? You put them in tournament style, the king of the hill style, right? Or something.
It's the interest.
One-on-one.
The NBA player won't do it.
You run it through. You think that? I disagree.
I think it would just be a very few handful of them, and it'll just be a repeat. Like, I don't think all of them are about that.
I think they will. I think you're wrong. I think you're completely wrong.
Bro, this is as bad as your take that LeBron's going to do the dunk contest at the age of 40, and where we at?
Oh, we still got time. We still got time.
Okay. You can go back on the archives and watch that one.
I mean, you the one sitting there calling out NBA players that would come and smoke you one-on-one. So
of course they smoke me one-on-one.
Right.
I'm not in the NBA. But we're talking about, like, you're comparing, like, you're saying every NBA or many NBA players will go do that. No, they won't. They ain't about that.
Okay, so maybe there are some who won't. I think the majority of them will.
I highly doubt that.
I think that you'd still, if you had a little.
You could probably go on YouTube right now and find videos of NBA players talking about how other NBA players aren't about that. And I did hear one recently. Kyrie Irving himself said it.
Okay.
And I'm trying to recall where I heard it. Kyrie Irving himself said that a lot of NBA players ain't about that. They ain't about that. And he specifically said LeBron James ain't about that.
Wow.
So your boy, your GOAT, ain't about that.
We'll fact check that. but either way, I mean, all I'm saying is that it would be a much more entertaining product put on the floor than the bullshit that is put.
That I agree with.
Right. So the whole concept getting back to the original point, because we got off on a really bad tangent with you deciding that you wanted to call out all the NBA players.
You put the question out there. I give you a response, bro.
But saying that to say, I love the concept of the one-on-one. Like,
no, 100%.
I think it's.
I grew up that way. I love it.
So it's the purest form of basketball, right? And
one-on-one is the best way to put yourself in a situation where you're about to go face your truth, right? Am I really who I think I am? And am I ready to face who I'm not, right? It takes courage to go play one-on-one.
Well, and that's exactly why they should do it. I don't care who you say is going to duck it. That's exactly why they should do it. And we will find out who is RBA and who is not.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
That'll weed it all out for us. And there will be no debate. There will be no further debate. There will be no further debate.
So you know one tweak I do want to make though? I didn't like it. I don't like it in this one-on-one, this remixed one-on-one. You shoot a shot and it just resets, right? When you go play at the park, you play one-on-one, it doesn't reset.
Oh yeah.
You keep playing through. You play defense. You get the rebound. It's all part of the game, your skill set. I don't like this constant stopping.
Yeah.
Like I'm not, and then they go to their boxing corners.
Well, they get timeout. They got timeouts.
Yeah, but still, like
yeah.
Keep playing, right? That's what I want to see. I don't like this constant stops. Because that's King of the Hill. That's not one-on-one.
Right,
one-on-one is continuous play.
It was like a combo of King of the Hill.
Yeah, I like the continuous play.
All right. Well, transition off of that, kind of another unconventional thing, but on the football side, right? Recently,
one-on-one?
It could kind of be one-on-one. It'd be some aspects of it are one-on-one. The recently it's come out that I think in 2028 the Olympics are going to have flag football. And once that came out, the discourse started. And that discourse being, you have players that have been playing flag, right, who have helped to build flag into an Olympic sport, right? I forget the guy's name, but there's that quarterback, and he came out controversially, sometime last year or months ago, where he said, he's a better flag quarterback than Patrick Mahomes, right? So the question has come up, right? You've got these guys who've been playing flag for years and years and years and years and years, right? They've got the chemistry, whatever. Then you've got the NFL players, right? The only time they've been playing flag is in the Pro Bowl, which is take about 20% effort, right? Who gets the spots on the U.S. Olympic flag football team?
What has been decided at this point?
Nothing. That I've heard.
So because I read something about how NFL players are eligible, right, at this point.
Yeah.
So then the other question is our NFL teams okay with sending, right? Putting them at risk for the season? Are fans okay with it, right? Because that's your right. Like people come to watch that player play. That's money. It's revenue. Are you okay with that move?
So that's not something that we can control. So let's just push that to the side.
Okay.
And let's just focus on who should get the spot. The people that have built up the programs or the star power of the NFL. Who are the NFL best of the best? There's a reason why they made the NFL, reason why they did it. Some of them may not even have gone for the NFL, right? There are some kids out there, right, that play flag that never play tackle. There are some kids who play flag, they come to play tackle, they get hit the first time.
And they wake up basketball players.
No.
Basically.
No. They turn their pads back in and go pick up more flags and play flag football. And then there's kids that are both, so there's a mixture. So who gets the spot? Who deserves the spot?
So I'll say it this way. Remember when before the original dream team, right? The Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Before them, who were the players going to the Olympics? College athletes, right? Because it was good enough,
right?
Until it wasn't. Then you just send in the big guns, right? The big dogs. So this situation is what I would say is flag football at such an infancy stage where I don't know what the other countries are doing with flag football, right? Who's really going to participate and how many numbers we're going to get. Are we at such an infancy stage where does it really matter right now?
But it's not about matter. That's not the question.
No, I got you. Hold on, I'm going somewhere. Bro. Please. Can I?
This is just the second time you've been dancing around the question.
Can I?
Let's go. Tick.
I'm just trying to build this up, right? My guy's like sitting here. All right.
This is a cliffhanger.
So my whole thing is like, is there a need for it right now? Should we wait before we send in the big dogs, right? The professionals.
I know what you're saying.
Right? I don't know what's so funny about that. But so that's my whole thing. I want to scope out the landscape and see what other teams look like, where the competition level is. Because if our guys are good enough, then let them go, right? Let the flag guys, if they're good enough, let them go. Give them a shot. Because this is their opportunity, right? To take their sport and really make a better living for themselves. If that's what it comes out to, more sponsorship deals, whatever. Those guys have they already got all that. So let somebody else eat, is what I'm saying, right? There's enough for everyone to eat, right? I get it. You may want to participate, you may want to do all that, but again, there's the flip side of it, right? Star power. Who's gonna want to watch? So what's the build-up, the story? So you may have to get some WWE writers to come in and say all that good stuff. So at this stage, I'll say I want to scope out the landscape to see what the competition looks like and allow the flag players to go in first. If there's a need for the big dogs to go in, then you bring in the big dogs. That's how I would approach it.
So I think in typical Hak fashion, you like to color outside the lines on the question. So the question is, I think your answer, you did it was a really good answer to what would you do if you were like the person selecting the team. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is everybody wants to go, right? Okay. Are you gonna one, tell Justin Jefferson no? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna take you because I'm gonna take Harkville Ball over here.
What'd you come up with?
I don't know. I just come up with random things. Like,
okay,
or what was? I'm trying to think of that Key and Peele skit where they talk about the like Don Tarchervi. They just come up with random names. Sure. Random name generator. Sure. But like, I'm gonna take you. Thanks, Justin Jefferson. We don't need your services. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Pat Mahomes. We're good because we've got this quarterback over here who's been on the flag. Mm-hmm. Like,
sure.
So that's really where I'm like, is it? I guess your answer is you would just build the team with the flag guys until the NFL guys.
So what I would do is this. I look at the flag guys, right? If there's a deficiency in certain positions, I would do a blend. Me personally, I'm blending.
Because
I want to allow the flag guys to play with the professionals.
Okay.
And to really see what the big guys look like.
That's fine. Are you going to make Patrick Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Travis Kelce, right? Mm-hmm. Keep naming names. Who do you want to name? Saquon Barkley, Bijan Robinson.
Do they all want to play?
You going to make them try out?
If there's enough NFL players, then if you have too many, yes, they have to try out against each other at least, for sure. Don't the USA team try out? Gilbert Arenas got cut from the team.
No, I mean try out against the flag guys.
No, not the flag guys. But if there's too many in one position, yes, you do have to try out.
What if all the NFL guys come and like, look, we want this?
That's a big what if.
We want I don't think so, because so many of them have already come out saying that they want to do it.
Okay, then you have to try it at least against each other.
Right. So then we push the flag guys to the side.
Well, that's the way the dice rolled. I'm sorry. Like, what can I do about that?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the dichotomy that we're in, right?
Yeah,
and it's a really interesting one to me. Like you said, like we don't know how they're gonna go, right? Mm-hmm. And just like back in the day with basketball, like how are they gonna build up Team USA flag football? And what is the concept going to be?
Plus the rules, right? International rules. What is the...
Right. I mean, yes, there's a lot of things. But what I'm saying is it's going to be interesting to see, because like the interest wasn't there for professional back in the day. You know what I mean? Not the way that it is now.
Sure, yeah.
So how do they do this? Do they do a blend, or do they just say, look, we want the star power because, again, we want eyeballs on the product. But then outside of the Olympics, what does that bring when it comes back to the States? You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, you play for country, right? Like, it's a big deal.
Right. But you have the opportunity to make new stars.
Agreed. And that's why, exactly.
So
that was my point.
But I'm just like, there's no answer to this.
But then also, like, what I will love about this, like, let's say I'm a flag football player, right? I would love the chance to play against or play with or go up against in a tryout to see where I measure against a Justin Jefferson, or can I guard, right? Can I, Saquon's coming, I'm a linebacker, can I stop him, right? Can I slow him down a little bit? Whatever it is. Am I a backup to Patrick Mahomes, right? I don't know. Whatever it is. I would love for that opportunity, because I would love watching like these. You may get a star who may get an NFL contract based on his flag football performance. Who knows? You don't know where we talk about Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of the thing, and now he's suddenly...
Yeah, but he plays tackle football.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, who knows? You may find a diamond in the rough, right? See, and that right there, like, we got a doubter.
It's not just a doubter.
I love the fact that you give somebody an opportunity. It's just an opportunity, and let them do what they can with it. But the opportunity's there. That's all I'm with.
We are not going to see a flag football player.
That's you.
Go get an NFL contract.
Who thought we were going to see flag football as an Olympic sport?
It's so different than tackle football.
Sure.
Right now. Those flag guys, you talk about the NBA players, those flag guys don't want the smoke coming across the middle. I promise you that. That's why they wear flags and not shoulder pads and helmets.
You just calling them weak?
I'm just saying.
Brother, I like to see you go stop one.
I'm just saying.
saying. Just like I'm gonna get smoked, you gonna get smoked too, my brother.
Oh, for sure.
So,
but again, like, they don't want that smoke. So, but you know what would be fun? Maybe next episode we could do our NFL fantasy football, not fantasy football, flag football team would look like. Who would we take on our roster, offense and defense?
From the NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could try.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I would like to see who you'd pick.
I'd actually like to see going back to the one-on-one, who you think your top 5 best one-on-one players are in the history of NBA. Right?
So we might have to have a part
like
2 to this
yeah.
next week. And we should do it like draft style, right?
Perfect.
So we can't have the same players. Just put our team side by side. I'm going to smoke you. Anyway, more NFL news. Speaking of people who don't like to smoke, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, bro, stop.
He likes the what is it, ayahuasca? Anyway, but he sometimes, outside of Pat McAfee, sometimes he'd be ducking the smoke at the meeting. But that's okay. That's okay. Aaron Rodgers, the WWE scriptwriters, at it again. I mean, it's been long rumored, but until you put pen to paper, you never really know. But it's been long rumored that Aaron Rodgers is going to end up with the Steelers. So much so, in fact, that the WWE/NFL scriptwriters had already pre-planned for Week 1 Pittsburgh Steelers against the New York Jets.
Okay.
Right? In anticipation of this move happening. So I ask you, the new Pittsburgh Steelers got Aaron Rodgers, no more George Pickens, insert DK Metcalf, right? They got a good tight end, Pat Freiermuth, decent offensive line, running. I mean, the Steelers are the Steelers, right? But a tough division. Baltimore, right? Tough. Cincy, gonna be tough. Cleveland, it's Cleveland, but they still got Myles Garrett. And he's coming to eat. So my question for you, sir, is do you think this was a good move, bad move, or are you indifferent? I knew you were going to say that. Is it because you just are not a big football guy?
Listen, I've heard this Aaron Rodgers saga for too long. I'm just tired of it. Let the guy, they got him, great. At the end of the day, when he laces up and the way he performs will determine if this was a good, bad, indifferent move. That's all I'm about. That's all I care.
Okay. Well,
your thoughts?
For me, the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, I feel like sometimes some players in NFL history, and I think it's been in other sports too, they don't know when to hang it up. And they might stay around just a little too long, right? And I feel that way when you start bouncing around to multiple teams. When you start seeing... it's okay. You got Joe Montana, he went to the Chiefs. Okay, that's one team. But when you start to have guys who go to 3-4 teams after I've been with one team for 20 years or whatever, 15, 17, 18 years. Now I've been with 3 teams, whatever, two more teams in 2 years. It's And again, going to Pittsburgh, is that getting you over the hump? Is that getting you to a championship in the same division as Baltimore, the same division as Cincinnati, plus the same conference as the Bills, as the Chiefs, right? I mean,
that's a good point.
It's not the same as Tom going from New England to Tampa, where it's okay. We have a really good shot at winning the division, and in the conference, there's no Josh Allen, there's no Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? You put yourself in a different spot, right? So I personally don't like it for either side. And my biggest take on it, and I'm gonna try to keep it brief, is with Aaron's personality, because he can be precarious, and Mike Tomlin. Right? I mean, and Mike Tomlin's a hell of a coach. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
Interesting.
Because it's gonna happen. It's absolutely gonna happen. So I think it's bad all the way around. But I mean, look, the money's good if you can get it, right?
Hey, there you go.
And who knows? I mean, maybe he'll come out gunslinging. Maybe the problem really was the JETS, Jets. Who knows? Time will tell.
Time will tell.
But all right, to get things wrapped up, the one I kept from you is real quick, just a little fun one. So Derrick Henry now has a bet on the table. He gets 2,000 yards this season. He's going to Hollywood. He is going, if he gets 2,000 yards, to be cast in a future Adam Sandler movie.
Interesting.
So first question, does he get to 2,000 yards?
Sure.
I say no.
Okay.
But he still gets cast in the Adam Sandler movie.
Regardless.
But he's not going to get to 2,000 yards, not with Lamar and everything else. It's not going to happen.
Interesting. How many did you get last year?
Close.
Okay.
Second question, I don't know. I guess maybe I shouldn't ask the question. Maybe I should just tell you.
Okay.
Because I'm a huge Adam Sandler.
Well, I know.
There's nothing that would make me happier.
See him in the new one?
In life than to see Bobby Boucher and the Mud Dogs. And Bobby Boucher, I mean, he wouldn't be in his prime now, but I still want to see Bobby Boucher, middle linebacker, hit the hole and wipe out Derrick Henry for the Mud Dogs to win the Bourbon Bowl at the goal line. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not longest yard?
Bobby, no, it's got to be the Water Boy.
Okay.
You would remake the Longest Yard with Derrick Henry?
I'm just...
No, it's got to be the Water Boy, bro.
Okay.
Bobby, the whole story sets up beautifully. And then game on the line, last play, ball on the 1 yard line. No tush push here. It's just Derrick Henry.
No Seahawks.
The line opens, the hole is right there. And who comes around but Bobby Boucher? Bam! Stops him, and the Mud Dogs win the Bourbon Bowl. Oh, that's money. That's
hey, sign this man up.
Hit me up, Adam. I got you. I will help write the script because I love that. I mean, I love all the
Adam Sandler. Yeah.
I mean, Happy Gilmore's coming out the day after my birthday.
Wait.
The day after my birthday.
Wait.
What a treat! What a treat that is. So I'm he's got to be the Waterboy remix.
Okay,
I mean, a remake. So remake, whatever.
Hey, I look forward to it. Yeah.
I hope so. Either way, I think either way because Adam's such a great guy.
Yes.
But that's hell of a motivation.
I mean, why not?
Right? Hell of a motivation to go out and get a 2,000-yard season. But the bet has officially been placed.
Okay.
So we're going to be on that lookout this season.
Okay. The yard tracker?
The yard tracker to see if the king will get to arrive in Hollywood.
All right, bet.
Last thing before we get out of here. The RBA of the week. The person, the moment, the situation, doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be a clean canvas for whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
Right?
You're allowing me to pick?
We can swap it. I'm going to let you pick. We can swap it week to week, right?
Okay.
But something that epitomizes real ballers adjust. That epitomizes the grit and grind, the overcoming an obstacle, the dealing with adversity, however you want to go with it. What is the RBA of the week?
So I have two. You know I'm cutting outside the lines, bro. So the first one, another one.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm sorry. How many another ones?
Tyrese
Haliburton, bro. This dude is RBA as RBA gets. He doesn't shy away from the moment, comes through clutch. What more can you ask? Are you not entertained? Right? Dude. That's easy. Do I need to keep talking about it? All right, cool.
That's easy.
That's
where I thought you were going.
Yeah,
when you said two, now I got a curveball.
So the other one is I got to give it to my travel squad, to my boys, my AAU boys. I got to give a shout out to my boys today because today they overcame adversity. I challenged them today. I threw a curveball at them. I mixed it up, right? We have a normal thing we do, but today I said, nah, not today. Right? We gonna mix things up today. And I threw this new assignments at them, and we don't really work on a whole lot of that stuff. But they rose to the occasion, and we came out with a clutch 1 point, right, game winner. Not at the buzzer, but a game winner defensive stop. The Miles Bridges stop today, and it was epic, bro. It was such beautiful. The boys are truly happy. Parents are happy. Very joyous occasion because we've had a rough season. But this was a great way to close the season out. And I gotta give my salute to the boys because they've been working hard, and I gotta I just gotta give them a little bit.
Yeah, of course, you always gotta give love, especially to the youth, right?
Yeah, always to the youth,
future, right?
because that was a real ballers adjust moment, right? That especially as a defensive stop, everybody wants to hit the game winner, but a defensive stop, and our number one defender, the defensive player, he didn't play a whole lot. I kept him out because he was doing some silly stuff. But man, I trust you. Go win, right? Go handle business. Came in, 2 key steals, got the possession, game sealed. Last play of the game, you know what he did? I was like, yo, I need you to just throw it up. 2 seconds on the clock, just throw it up. Opposite side, boom. Good luck trying to make that shot. Game sealed. We went home. We win. It was a good moment. It was an RBA moment.
Love it. Well, while we're just to put a pin on everything, and while we're getting personal on it, I'm gonna give a shout out to the reason why I look like a lobster with my daughter is this last game. Same thing. Last game of the season. Now, they didn't have to RBA and come back from behind and win or anything because, I guess technically they did, right? After the first inning, they scored 3 at the top, and then the other team scored 4. It's 4. Once you get 4 runs, they switch innings automatically, right?
Okay.
With these girls, it could go on and on. 4-3. And then we rattled off 12 straight, won 15-4. First time ever this game, first time in the season that anybody had 5 hits in one game. That was my girl. In addition to in the season, she had the only double when she hit the ball because she's the only one to hit the ball into the outfield.
Okay.
And I'm so mad I missed the game last Tuesday. She had the only double play.
Okay. Hey.
She tagged somebody.
No one caught it?
So a lot of times the girls are trained to like just get it and throw it to the nearest base, wherever the runner is, right? But for whatever reason, she was in the pitcher spot and they hit it. I guess she was close. And so she tagged the one girl and then threw it and got the other one out. Like she just had the wherewithal. So like the only time it happened. So a lot of firsts, a lot of onlys from this little girl. So, you know, she's a little RBA softball monster. I love it too. I'll continue to get lobster red for all of it. And we hope that y'all continue to tune in, check out our content, interact with us. Let us know what you think of all these topics. We got a little heated today, but we still brothers, right?
As I said, my guys heated up. We got heated.
I literally got red. Antonio gonna put red on my face. So appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Remember to subscribe. All of that good stuff. Ring the bell.
Yep. And we'll be back next week. Until next time. Peace.